Apparently there's a journal we didn't pick up. Oh. Silly me. Okay, we didn't pick everything up off the table. That's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, so what is this stuff? We got ink, it looks like.
Wow. This looks like serious stuff. Journal. Leather bound and embossed.
What's the design on the cover?
There's something sticking out of the nicely worked key.
Okay, we got a key. That would be the design on the cover. It's a key. Okay,
I wonder if the gardener that Florentine mentions in the journal is Raphael. Or is it one of the others? Raphael did say he was the last. That means that there must have been more at some point in the past.
If it is,
more what? Who's
it means that
Raphael?
he's been around as long as Florentine has.
Evidently, the gardener that Florentine mentions in his journal is Raphael. Anything else in the journal to support that?
On return from the tower, Bilal told Florentine that the gardeners had returned, and that they were responsible for the deaths of the demons.
Okay, this is information I
It would seem that Raphael did have some.
They didn't mention gardeners at all yet.
Power.
I think I missed
The journal
something.
mentions the one power. He's talking about God?
The opposite. Florentine makes a reference in his journal to the one power when a temple member goes mad, and Florentine threatens to use him as some sort of sacrifice.
So they sacrificed their members then. Nice way to do business. This temple business. Anything in the journal? Anything I've missed?
Seems to be some sort of religious order. According to the journal, there were more than just acolytes working for Florentine. It mentions powers, dark powers.
Those are my favorite kinds of powers. Oh wait, there's different pages. Okay, so let's read, I guess. Oh god, this is all way too tiny. I can't read this.
I have a feeling this book holds the answer to quite a few questions.
No doubt. Let's go through it thoroughly.
I guess we have to try and read it. Alright. Here's where we get eye strain, everyone. Chuck Florentine, or Claude Florentine? I don't know. Morning 15th of February, 1330. Okay, Florentine's been here a while. No fewer than 22 acolytes have entered the tower since our efforts began 2 weeks ago, with only one returning in the intervening time. This man, Thomas, swore that he had met with someone within the tower who named himself as the gardener. Thomas swore to the power that this gardener asked him in his escape, or aided him in his escape only moments before the gibbering madness of the something fell upon him. The ire, I guess? Okay. Unfortunately, this experience has had an adverse effect on the man who has relapsed into a cerebral state of withdrawal. Okay. His body could be used to sate the hunger of the one power if he proves to be of no further use to us. Goats and poultry can be expensive and sometimes ineffectual. Of the testimony of Thomas concerning the existence of this gardener, I must say that I am skeptical. But whether what he saw was a figment or truth, I cannot say. But Belial, something reliably informs us that the last of the gardeners perished at the fall of the stone. I must take his word as truth. Okay. Next page. 17th of January. The Triumph of the Morning Star. Or the Temple of the Morning Star. What am I doing? Following our initial experiment, it is clear to me that the magical means should be employed for safety. After many long hours of waiting and calculating, I have located the seal and sigil of the minion Gapil? Kagil? I can't even read that. One of the lesser powers. On the on the last crossing to the tower, the power Gispiel, whoever that is, heeded my call to to guide Belial and I through the labyrinth void, mistaking the Aya as we misleading the Aya as we traveled. Eventually, we happened upon the chamber of the Soulstone within the realm of Sheol. Our oracle now stand upon, or something now stand upon the threshold of the first of the great days. The first shard of the stone is now prepared. We are preparing for the next crossing. The stars are aligned and the portents are favorable. For the greater cause of the power, we walk to the tower. There's a poet, apparently. For the first time, we walk without fear of the Aya. So they got some other power to hold off madness that happens when you go there. Temple Cottage. All went as planned initially within the chamber of the Soulstone, but as the first soul upon the first seal upon the upon the first shard, I can't read this. Something broken upon the word and wrote. What the hell? Blah 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 blah. The very face of hell whose arose and welled in all quarters. Belial was by my side with the sword in an instant to protect me from harm, but regretfully I passed out in the heat. When I awoke, it was on the something verge beside the smoldering remains of the temple. As fortune would have it, the fire did not spread to my priestly shack by the river, and so all my most important papers still survive. What puzzles me, though, is how Belial managed to escape from the fire and the ire when 50 acolytes and priests have perished in the resulting inferno. Alright, Belial's got tricks. And maybe set this up. Da, da, da. Have I made a terrible mistake by... what was the date on this? February. About a month later. Okay, so by taking the sword from the Soulstone, I have inadvertently set in motion a series of events which I may be unable to halt. To the sword, is the sword some way connected to the Soulstone? Belial cannot touch the thing at all for some reason. It burns me to the touch now, so much so that I have decided to place it in a place of safekeep. My immediate plans for the future are unclear for the moment, but through my contacts, one fact is clear. The first shard and seal are unmade, and the cause of the temple must continue. Belial has promised me acolytes from Europe who would be willing to travel to aid in the rebuilding of the temple. In 1330, that's going to take a long time. Favors, save probably. Or favors owed, probably. I dare not speculate. Ooh, this is a short one. Please, how many of these are there? Whatever. I'm actually glad there's finally some backstory to this. The sword has... what was the date? 29th of February. Of course it's a leap year. I should check if 1330 was actually a leap year. Oh, pardon me. Okay, the sword has disappeared from the safe house in the cottage. I immediately suspected Belial, but then I realized my mistake. Last seen, he was as restless as a newborn foal as we sat conversing in the study. He blamed his uneasiness upon the absence of the sword. I am beginning to believe him now. The thief will be caught and dealt with. Mark my words. Alright. 15th of March. The tower itself is dangerous. Once this was not the case, but as I am one of the few who has traveled there and onto other realms in the pursuit of the Order's goals and lived, I can say with sincerity, or with all sincerity, that the crossings are fraught with all kinds of hidden dangers, even with minions too quick. Or to guide. Alright, blah blah blah. The ire is constantly present within the tower, whether distant or near. Its unnerving ability to hunt and devour those who come to its places is astounding. I something to a manuscript that I had sent from France concerning the travels of a magician from the last century. There's no mention of any gardeners or of the tower's past or post coronation. The manuscript being only a fragment of a much larger body. At first the dark, and within I heard the fetid laughter of the souls of the ire. It came at once upon me like a storm charged with rage and gibberish song, hypnotizing and calling for sweet perdition? Okay. I ran, for I knew the tales of this forgotten place. I ran and stumbled upon the cracked pave of the tower, but it was always there, here and beyond. There and something. Its face. There and always, its face looming from the shadowy depths. Firm evidence, and where did this thing come? Or, I'm sorry, from whence and where did this thing come? I know as I fall upon the cold stone, the face of death smiling down. Okay.